presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Baltimore. We are LA.
Pretty good night for baseball last night for the Angels. The offense certainly came to life, and Matt Shoemaker pitched probably his best game of the season. The series is tied up in a game apiece. Had to wait for that bat flip to fall for Kel Calhoun.
He still has the best bat flip.
No doubt about it. It's game 3 tonight as we welcome inside our broadcast booth and back to Angels baseball here on Fox Sports West. He's Mark Gubiza. I'm Victor Rojas. And I believe it was yesterday, leading into this open, we talked about guys needing to step up and looking at the lineup and trying to get production 1 through 9. And lo and behold, Gooby, 14 hits.
Yes, and Billy Epler said it even before the game. I had a conversation with him. We're looking for some better balance in the lineup. Well, he certainly got that last night, 1 through 9. A lot of balance, 14 hits, which ties a season high. And we had some very good swings, lining that baseball back up the middle, staying back, driving the ball, pulling the baseball well, staying back and be able to use the entire field. So important for this club, especially when you think about it. It's usually been 1 or 2 guys in the lineup be able to carry the load for the most part. But when you talk about 1 through 9, even that bottom part of the order, especially with Pennington, Maldonado doing their thing, getting on base, and then Trout finishing off with a mammoth 2-run home run. You're going to have to do that again against Daniel Narz, who throws just some fastballs upper part of the strike zone, just like Zimmerman last night. Be ready for that fastball and do some damage.
We'll see what Ricky Nolasco has in store tonight. The Angels picked up the shutout yesterday, the second one of the season for the ball club, and Ricky's thrown the ball a little bit better of late. As we're just about ready for baseball here at the Big A. Game 3 of this 4-game set. Sit back and relax. We're going to bring you the lineups in the first pitch when we return. Four-game series between the Tigers and the Angels. Detroit winning game 1 on Thursday. Halos evening up the series yesterday with that shutout victory. And we'll see what we have in store today. As you can see, the Angels and the Tigers and every team in Major League Baseball sporting the pink uniforms. Usually it's reserved for Mother's Day, but capitalism at its best. Might as well try to sell some more hats, more jerseys by playing all weekend long on Mother's Day.
I'm digging the stirrups too out there, and the socks for Maven and Trout.
What's Marte wearing?
And Marte, same thing.
I like those.
Yes.
Got the pink shoes on as well. We'll see if the uniforms kind of, there's a good look,
man.
man.
That is a solid look.
I think I may actually have those on right now.
If not, we will wear them tomorrow.
I may have forgotten my pants, but at least I have the socks on.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Sorry about that, Gooby.
That's all right.
All right, let's take a look at the lineup for the Tigers and Brad Ausmus. They are currently at 17-17 on this season. Third place, 2 games back in the Central at the start of the day. Ian Kinsler will lead things off, and he's at second base. Nick Castellanos at third. Miguel Cabrera at first. Victor Martinez at DH. Justin Upton in left. J.D. Martinez in right field. Tyler Collins in center field. It'd be great if Terry was actually playing center field. James McCann behind the plate. Jose Iglesias trying to get a dance in with Alex Sevilla.
I don't blame him.
The start of this game. He's not going to be batting until the second or third inning anyway, so might as well get your dancing shoes on. Iglesias, of course, the shortstop. They're taking on Ricky Nolasco. This will be his 8th start of the season. 2-2 with a 4.31 ERA.
2-4 in his career versus the Tigers with an ERA 4.09, but has thrown the ball, like you mentioned, Victor, very well, really, when you look at his last 4 starts. That slider's been very effective. His two-seam fastball going back to that. His curveball also splitter. Good downward action, and he will run that 4-seamer upstairs to get either a swing and miss or a pop-up.
Let's take a look at the defense for the Angels this evening. Cameron Maben's in left, Mike Trout's in center, Cole Calhoun at right. The infield has Yunel Escobar and Andrelton Simmons on the left side. Danny Espinosa, Jeffrey Marte on the right. Martin Maldonado behind the plate.
And Danny Espinosa getting that start at second base here tonight. Fielding position very well. .992 fielding percentage this season. It's 1 error so far this year, but it's first start since Wednesday at Oakland. Very good as far as double play, turning with him and Andrelton Simmons on the top throwing arms as middle infielders.
6 o'clock start, so you've got a couple of guys dealing with some sunshine. Danny Espinosa, you see the ribbon of sunshine cutting just behind second base, and Cole is still in that sunshine in right. Kinsler steps in, and the first one tonight is in there for a strike. Mike Muchlinski calling the balls and strikes tonight. Marty Foster at first. Mike Winters at second, Mark Wegner at third. Kinsler at .219 on the season, 3 home runs, 8 runs batted in. Spent about a week with a hamstring issue. Back in the lineup on Thursday, responded with 3 hits. But last night ended up going hitless, 0 for 4. Tigers managed just a total of 4 hits last night. 2 balls, 1 strike.
It's a very important pitch for Nolasco to hit that outside corner with his fastball, because it sets up his hard slider going down and away and expanding the strike zone to get hitters to chase out of the zone.
Off speed, a little bit high. 3-1. Last 2 starts for Ricky have been out on the road. Both no decisions. His last go around 7 innings to season high. 2 runs, 5 hits, 10 strikeouts, and no walks. But he walks the first one here tonight.
Pretty patient at bat for Kinsler. You got usually up there swinging right away, especially early in the count. That's where he does a lot of his damage on fastball, especially inner half. One stolen base this season for Kinsler. The guy in the past, though, very aggressive.
Tigers familiar with Nolasco since he pitched in the American League Central with the Twins. Facing Nick Castellanos. First one in there for a strike. Nolasco last year 0-3 in 4 starts against the Tigers with a .470 ERA.
Castellanos has rolled into 3 double plays. Nolasco's had 3 double plays turned behind him this season.
1 ball, 1 strike. You watch Jeffrey Marte at first base holding Ian Kinsler on. We've seen this more and more this year with the Angels than we have that I can remember anyway. It's kind of an odd positioning. We saw the Mets, gosh, late 90s, Bobby Valentine was there, kind of start to use this a little bit as opposed to the traditional reaching out toward first or toward the pitcher's mound.
Yeah, the Angels used to do that about 3, 4, maybe 5 years ago, but then they went back to the normal way of holding on a base runner at first base.
And you know what? I think it's doable if you got Castellanos went around, so it's 1-2. If you've got a guy that's familiar with the position, I think you can kind of get away with it. With Jeffrey, now you're asking him to do a couple of different things because there's a lot of moving parts to it.
Yeah, and what in the last few days, even the last week or so, Alfredo Griffin working a lot on feeling that position for Marte, where we've seen some baseballs get by him because he's not in position to make plays. So he's been working hard at that.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Not that they were errors by Jeffrey Marte, but he wasn't able to get the ground balls that not only Jeffrey feels he can get, but the Angels coaching staff felt he can get. That's why he's working pretty hard on getting a little bit better range at that first base position. There's Alfredo and Ron Renicky.
So it's a blind swipe back to a base runner.
But a lot of times you feel that you're, as a pitcher, it's a shorter lead. So you actually are allowing him to get, it seemed to be, another half a step on his lead against you. Because you look over there where the first baseman is and the base runner, it doesn't look like it's that far apart. And in reality, he's pretty far away from second base with a good lead. He may be going.
Looks like he's leaning. He takes off. 2-2. Downstairs to throw down to second. Short hop throw and safe at second. Espinosa pointing to the dugout. So maybe Kinsler's hand came off the base a little bit.
Simmons pointed in right away also. Mike Scioscia. I talked to Dina Weeble, calling to Steve Solis right away.
They're going to challenge it. No hesitation whatsoever.
And when you have both infielders pointing in right away, you feel pretty confident. A lot on that throw, 1 hop, the scoop. And there's definitely a little disconnect between the hand, it looked like, in the foot. Hand definitely beat him. And then right there, his hand's trying to get back in there, unless the foot is on the base.
Not there, it's not.
No.
Unless he's wearing a size 17.
He's wearing Shaquille O'Neal's sneakers.
Exactly. Either way, Castellanos will have a full count. He is called out, so the Angels use the challenge. It works to their advantage. 1 away.
Nice job to be able to keep that glove on him. And be able to press that hand down also as he tried to get the fingers back to the base. And you know Kinsler would be doing the same thing, and that's why he's got a little bit of a smile there. He said, well, if that comes about my way, I'll be doing the same thing.
3-2. Lifted out to right. Cole has to move back on it. He's got the sunglasses on. 2 down.
Not an easy play with that sunshine right in his eyes. This point of the game for Cole Calhoun. Ball had some pretty good carry too. Didn't sound like it was squared up off the bat. Castellanos hits the ball very well that way. He almost has that swing, that inside out swing to drive the ball to right center field.
Two outs, nobody on for Miguel Cabrera. He takes a strike.
And you see Cole not only has the sunglasses on, but he puts that glove right over there to shade his eyes even before the pitch is thrown, to be able to get a quick first step in case the ball is hit his way.
Breaking ball. It's 1-2 now.
Try to sneak a fastball away.
And he got him. Down goes Cabrera for strikeout of the game for Nolasco. We'll hit to the bottom of the first. Halo setting up Escobar, Trout, and Pujols. No score. Just lineup for game number 39 for the Angels. Halos at 18-20 on the season. We'll send up Yunel Escobar to lead things off. He's at third base. Mike Trout for the second straight game is in center field batting second. Pujols DHing. Jeffrey Marte, the cleanup hitter, at first. Cole Calhoun is in right. Andrelton Simmons, the shortstop. Cameron Mavens in left. Andy Espinosa at second. And Martin Maldonado batting ninth, doing the catching as they take on a 24-year-old left-hander by the name of Daniel Norris. He's a native of Johnson City, Tennessee.
Yeah, his fastball is going to be 91, 96, slider, curve, changeup. My go-tos for the Angels, we'll give you that right after this pitch. And that goes right in line with what we talked about as far as go-tos against Norris to be successful. Don't chase off the plate and hits with runners in scoring position. He will give you some base runners, 39 hits in 31 and a third innings pitch, and 17 walks.
Off speed pitch. And it's no balls and 2 strikes. Escobar last night going 1 for 4 with a single. 271 batting average. 5 home runs, 17 runs batted in. And he'll wave at the breaking pitch, and there's the first out. Tigers on the defensive side of things have upped it. Collins, Martinez in the outfield. Infield with Castellanos, Iglesias, Kinsler, and Cabrera from third to first. And McCann behind the plate.
And Iglesias at shortstop. You're talking about one of the better fielding shortstops since 2016. Fielding percentage of .985. Great range, very good throwing arm. He can make an outstanding play coming in on the baseball as well.
Hits one out toward right center field. First pitch swinging. He's on board with a 1-out single.
I like what I see out of Trout, especially even in the last couple of seasons, even more so this season, swinging aggressively at the first pitch. It's a fastball, goes inside out, lines it in the right center field. We're going to talk about what Trout has done on the first pitch. It's been very good this season. First pitch swinging, the percentage has gone up. Last 3 seasons, 568 average since 2016, swinging and putting that first pitch in play. Cole Calhoun, another aggressive hitter, that first and second pitch with those career averages nearly 400 on the first pitch for Cole.
Breaking ball misses low on Albert. Had a single last night. 238 on the season. .276 on base percentage. Only 3 Angel players have had a plate appearance against Norris. Coming into play today, Maven with 1, Simmons with 1, and Valbuena with 1. Valbuena's not in the lineup.
For a lefty, he's given up his fair share of stolen base, 4 stolen base in 5 attempts against him. More than likely here on a 1-0 count for Albert. Should be almost sitting off speed, whether it's a slider or changeup from Norris.
1-0. Fastball away. 2 balls and no strikes. Albert with his base hit last night, increasing his career hit total to 2,859. 7 behind Harold Baines. Finished his career with 2,866.
I helped that out a lot.
Did you?
Yes.
A lot?
Yes.
Three balls, no strike. Amazing how many hits Harold got for a guy who's so far off the plate as a left-handed
I
batter.
felt I could just walk a baseball to the outside part of the plate. And early in the count, you could. And then all of a sudden, he didn't change his approach as far as he stayed in the same exact spot, but then he was looking out over the plate and lined it right back up the middle. A little bit too often for me.
Serious plate coverage. He had 18 hits against you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
3-0.
Told you he had his fair share.
Straight 3-1.
I don't think he hit a home run, though.
No.
That's all I care about. At least I don't remember that.
1. Gotcha. Must have been a Comiskey.
Yeah, it was windblown.
Windblown.
Yeah.
Three balls and a strike. Trout with a 1-out single. He stands at first. That's driven out toward left center field. Moving back on it is Collins on the track. Will make the catch. 2 down.
Boy, just missed it, Albert.
First baseman, number 19.
Albert just 4 home runs away from 600. Got a slider breaking towards that zone in which Albert can hit that baseball out of the ballpark just underneath it enough. Keep it in the yard. It's still a good swing by Albert.
So 2 outs. Trout still at first. Here's Jeffrey Marte. 175 batting average. Check in on Mike. Marte with 4 doubles. 2 home runs, 9 RBIs, a 254 on base percentage.
Some MVPs right there by first base with Trout and Cabrera. 4 of them, as a matter of fact.
Trout's on the move. They got him picked off. The throw by Cabrera. Quick tag by Iglesias. They got him. The Angels are done here in the first. We'll head to the second with no score.
for Detroit. Hey folks, get your red on this season. Create memories with your friends and family. The Angels Baseball Friends and Family Fun Pack presented by Coca-Cola. It's $44. 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 soft drinks. For information, just go to angels.com/funpack. Martinez, a switch hitting DH, hitting .269. Had 1 hit last night, the double. Take up and away. Velasco issued a walk at the first and also struck out a man. Both teams facing, both starters, I should say, facing the minimum 3, courtesy of some caught stealings. Line to left, good piece of hitting by Martinez. He's on board to start the second.
Yeah, coming into the game, a .400 career hitter. That'll go up against Velasco. 9 for 21 in his career versus Ricky. Talk about a pure hitter. We're talking about Harold Baines. Victor Martinez, a very good hitter himself, can use the entire field, both sides of the plate. Stayed back on that one well, lines it to left field.
There's Justin Upton, left fielder. Picked up a double last night. He'll foul off the first one. 1 for 3 overall with a walk. 7 home runs, 19 runs batted in. Homered his first at bat of the series on Thursday.
Speaking of good numbers against Velasco, Upton, .440 career hitter, 11 for 25 with 2 home runs.
Sky to right. Cole now in the shade. Doesn't need the glasses. 1 down. Here's JD Martinez. Saw action for the first time in 2017 last night. Activated off the DL, ended up going 1 for 3.
Good slider from Velasco. First pitch, strike.
That's ripped out to left field. Maben turns around, and this one is into the bullpen. A 2-run shot for JD Martinez, and the Tigers strike first.
Eighth home run allowed to right-handed batters for Ricky Velasco. 12 overall. Good numbers for JD coming in at bat. He had a good pitch to drive, and he didn't miss it. Had to sneak a fastball in. You have a catcher reaching out over the plate. You know some damage is going to be done. And Martinez hits that first home run of the season. First extra base hit for him.
55th home run allowed by Angels pitchers. So the Halos play from behind here. Tyler Collins at the plate. Collins, a center fielder. Behind in the count, and no balls, 2 strikes. Did not play last night. Martinez last year limited as far as games played. 2 home runs. Collins would go down swinging on the breaking ball. 2 down.
So a curveball and a slider, and then at bat against Collins, gets a swing and miss from Velasco. Good slider, level shoulders, tight spin to that slider down and in, and gets a swing and miss.
2 outs. There's McCann, the catcher. Can a 195 batting average. Had the night off last night with Avila getting the start behind the dish. 7 home runs, 16 runs batted in for James. Grew up in the Santa Barbara area as he rips that one to Escobar. And that's the 3rd out. Had some sound to it. The Tigers strike first. The home run of JD Martinez. Makes it 2-0 Detroit. As Jeffrey Marte will lead things off here in the bottom of the 2nd. Jeffrey was at the plate when Mike Trout was caught stealing to end the 1st inning. He'll be followed by Cole Calhoun and then Andrew Simmons. 7 of the 9 runs the Tigers have scored in this series have come via the long ball. Marte takes upstairs. Mentioned his 175 batting average. Cleanup spot tonight and first base.
Curveball from Norris. We were told that he wasn't throwing that quite as much this season as we've seen in the past as curveball, but he's had a good one so far.
Bounce a foul.
When you look at his ERA in the 2nd inning, which is an odd thing for him, generally you'll see guys struggle in the 1st inning, but Norris's ERA in the 2nd inning, he's given up 7 earned runs in 6 innings pitched as far as this season so far. ERA at 10.50. Batting average just under 400 in the 2nd inning.
Off speed, a bouncer toward 3rd. Castellanos off balance throw, and Marte is safe, and Cabrera comes up hobbling.
He doesn't look real comfortable walking around there. I don't know if he got spiked. Tried to apply a tag as Marte was running by him. Castellanos has had a tough time with those throws we've seen already in this series. Off balance throw. Up the line. A difficult play as a first baseman.
Looked like he got the knee to the right foot. Infield single for Marte.
See that throw running up the line. The nightmare for a first baseman is a runner going down. We see how that knee moved when the contact was made with a foot in Marte. See, if Cole is aggressive on the first pitch, like that graphic we showed between Mike Trout and Cole Calhoun in first or second pitches, especially with Cole.
Cole at 236 on the season. 4 home runs, 11 runs batted in. 2-hit game last night, going 2 for 3. Ball at a strike.
Boy, Cole would love that pitch back right in his zone.
Cole struggled against left-handed pitching this year. He's 4 for 32.
He's been pretty consistent against left-handed pitching throughout his career.
A 250 career batting average against southpaws. Off the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike. Norris, a second-round pick out of high school, 2011 by the Toronto Blue Jays. He came over as part of the David Price deal. Foul back.
That's a good swing for Cole. Here's my Hyundai key for this game tonight for the Angels to be successful under Bruno Mars. That's what I like. We saw that last night. Want to see that again tonight. Some balance throughout this lineup. 1 through 9. Put good swings on the baseball and score some runs and score in bunches. Now putting the shift on a 2-2 count. Castellanos moves all the way over second base. Between first and second base. A lot of room in that left side of the infield.
Breaking pitch, and Cole goes down swinging for the first out. Second strikeout for Norris. And Simmons.
Real good breaking ball from Norris. Sharp break to this curveball. Lives in his van.
Down by the river.
Shaggy, his van is called.
He's kind of a miniature Madison Bumgarner to me. Facial features, the long hair. Hamilton takes down low. Simmons had a couple of hits last night. He needed that. Only 3 hits in the month of May going into play last night before finishing up 1 for 2.
Yeah, good fastball. A little bit off the inside corner, though, but he can rush that fastball up or even touch 96. Generally, the whole throw is 4-seam fastball. He hasn't thrown his sinker this season. He used to throw that quite a bit. Fastball upstairs, the curveball and slider, and very solid changeup.
Comebacker. Norris has it. Fires to second. Iglesias. No, it's Kinsler. And that miscommunication may have cost them a double play. But they get the lead runner for out number 2.
Sometimes when you're unable to make a play like that, that should be an inning-ending double play. You've given a hitter an opportunity to swing with a runner on and Cameron Maben, and that's when things go against you as a pitcher. Norris did a nice job, and then he was waiting back to see who was going to get that baseball. And being Kinsler, that's why you look back and point who's going to be there at the base. Both of them there. One, because Kinsler was going to go there to try to field it if it got by Norris.
So 2 out, Simmons at first. And here's Cameron Maben. .194 batting average for Cam. 0 for 3 last night with a walk. Simmons on the move, and he had a huge jump. Easy stolen base.
Fifth stolen base he's allowed this season, Norris. Going on first movement, read that one very well, especially once that foot crosses the pitching rubber, you have to go home. Read it perfectly. A little quick conversation with Alfredo Griffin over to Anderson Simmons, picks up his third stolen base of the season.
Two balls, no strikes. Nice block by McCann. Tigers with a 2-run home run at the top of the inning, courtesy of J.D. Martinez. First of the year. Two and one.
Simmons with a real big lead at second, but Norris varied that look back to second base. It looked like Hamilton was going to try to think about stealing third. Daniel Norris did a nice job as far as looking back a number of times to stop him from getting that running start. Because if you're going to try to steal third with 2 outs, you better almost be able to stand at third base because you're already in scoring position. Seen quite a few breaking balls from Norris so far in this game. Look at percentages of pitches this season. He's around 57% fastballs. See that fastball percentage? Sinker, he's abandoned that. It's a four-seam fastball now. It's slider percentage way up this year compared to what he's done in his career. 25% with his slider.
3-1. Pulled the string. Full count.
He's got pretty good action on his changeup.
Coming to play today. Norris had allowed 39 hits in 31 2/3 innings. Walked 17.
So a lot of base runners. Only allowed 2 home runs.
3-2. Foul back to Hack. His whip 1.77. And he's averaging almost 20 pitches per inning. 19.3 pitches per inning.
So he's had some traffic on the bases, but he's been able to avoid big damage. But I mentioned that in the second inning, and here we are still with a chance for the Angels to score a run against him. It's the inning where he's really has struggled the most.
I can see why the Tigers like him, though.
Yeah, it's a great arm, especially when you have good secondary pitches like he has. I mean, if he throws a changeup right now, it's going to be difficult for Cameron to make contact with it.
Simmons a big lead at second. 3-2. This one's out to right. J.D. Martinez in. Makes the catch, and the Angels leave a man in scoring position. We'll head to the third inning. 2-0 Tigers. the all-new 2017 Subaru Impreza. Subaru symmetrical all-wheel drive plus 28 miles per gallon. More than a car, it's a Subaru. Tigers up 2-0 as we start the third. 9-1-2 coming up against Ricky Nolasco. Iglesias, Kinsler, and Castellanos. 2 strikeouts, 1 walk, 2 hits allowed for Ricky. So it's fouled back. No balls and a strike. .213 average for Jose. Home run and 9 RBIs.
Nolasco's faced 9 batters in this game at this point. 8 first pitch strikes. Iglesias 5 for 9 in his career versus Nolasco. Looking to finish him off with a slider.
Breaking pitch. Just in on the hands enough. Simmons will retire Iglesias for the first down.
Yeah, that backed up on him. He wanted that one down and away. Got away with that pitch. You can see the frustration for Nolasco. See this 0-2 count. This is exactly when an opportunity as a pitcher. You want to throw that nasty slider going down and away off the outside corner. Instead, it spins on the inner half and just jammed them enough. Like I said, Victor, to keep that in the infield, and Simmons able to throw him out. Too good of a pitch for Ricky. Saw that last game out. 18 swings and misses. Most in a start since 2013. He's had quite a few already in this game. That's that good, tight slider from Nolasco. Part of that reason we had 18 swing and misses that last game out there.
Kinsler worked the walk in the first. This one's out toward right center field. Again, in on the hands just enough. 2 down.
That danger zone, though, against Kinsler. Upstairs, it drifted just enough on the inner half.
So 2 outs, nobody on. Nick Castellanos at the plate. Castellanos with a fly ball to right field in the first inning, so he's 0 for 1. Perfect baseball weather. 72 degrees at first pitch. Light little breeze. Starting to cool down already as the sun's setting. One ball, 1 strike.
It's funny, when I was interviewing Rich Doobie earlier today, the pitching coach for the Tigers, I was a couple seconds late for a little interview setup because I heard the traffic was pretty bad. Why do you live here? I pointed up at the sky. I said, this is exactly why.
Yep.
Perfect weather every day. Traffic every day too, though.
They haven't quite found a way how to tax the weather, though. Not yet.
Not yet.
It's inevitable.
It is a beautiful day today, though.
Yep. 2 balls, 1 strike.
I'd love to give you my daily update as far as potential drizzle, maybe early part of next week in the morning, though.
Yeah.
Yes. But clear for the games, as always. It's
All
always
that
sunny.
matters.
Yes.
You can rain all you want during the day.
Yep.
So first pitch. Don't fret. 2-2. That one missed upstairs. You see Castellanos kicking his bat with his foot.
And you can see the frustration there from Rick and Velasco, his body language on that pitch also.
It's a tale of two body languages right there.
One with frustration, the other one going, I got away with that one. If only Harold Baines would have had that frustration against me every once in a while, then I wouldn't have had that look like Ricky had.
This was yanked down the line. That's a foul ball. Nice little dance move by Mark Wegner, the third base umpire.
Very solid game last night behind the plate. Solid moves at third base tonight.
He's got it both feet up together, huh? Heels together. Man.
He's doing his little Gene Kelly impersonation, I think.
That was technically sound, is what I'm trying to say.
Yes, Fred Astaire, Gene Kelly, you name it.
Fastball hit out to right. Cole moving back on it, still drifting out, reaching out for the wall, makes a catch on the warning track, and a 1-2-3 inning for Ricky Nolasco. Ahead to the bottom of the third. 2-0 Detroit.
In the bottom of the third inning. Now let's take a look at our tools of the trade, brought to you by Ram Trucks. Talk about the adjustment on the pitching rubber that Daniel Norris has made as compared to last season. A little shorter leg kick upstairs to create better balance, to drive towards the plate, more consistent with his fastball, especially on the inside part of the plate, and no question about his slider, better velocity, able to create that leverage over the pitching rubber.
Halo setting up 8-9-1 against Norris.
So those last 13 starts have been very solid. Very good as far as the strikeouts too, but ERA 3.72.
Danny swinging first pitch. Sky going down the line, but slicing foul. No balls and a strike on Espinosa. Back at second base. Pennington got to start there last night, had 3 hits.
When we bring that leg up, that front leg up that high, you really have to stay back on the back leg on the pitching rubber. That allows you to work downhill more consistently. You have a little lower leg kick, you have a tendency to fly open, especially with that front shoulder, and that's when you hang sliders.
Slightly overthrown there. May have gotten McCann on the left arm. One ball, one strike. He's got a hitter's number too. Daniel Norris does.
Yeah, there's a lot of home runs in that number.
Feels pretty good about himself, huh?
Yeah.
2 balls, 1 strike.
He's certainly a free spirit. And the hiking, surfing also.
Espinosa hits one out toward right center field. Long run for Collins on the track will haul it in for out number 1. Could we had a chance to talk with pitching coach Rich Doobie of the Tigers, talking about the mechanics of Daniel Norris.
You need to get the load over the rubber. You have to stay over the mound, stay over the rubber for your arm to have a chance to catch up. And he's a emotional, quick acting guy. So we're trying to get him to slow down a little bit, give him a little more time so that he creates that good angle. He's got explosive stuff. It's just a matter of creating the right angle and repeating it enough.
There's Rich Doobie. He's done a very good job throughout his career as a pitching coach in the majors. Surprised I didn't ruin him in Double-A.
Huh.
I tried.
Well, perhaps you did. He rebounded rather well.
Quite possible.
0-1 to Maldonado. It's downstairs. Ball into strike. Norris last year did make 14 appearances, 13 starts for the Tigers on 4-2 with a 3.38.
The interesting thing he said about it is because his tempo at times can be real quick. If you have a shorter leg kick, that means you have a chance. You're already landing before you get that arm in that good arm slot.
Down the line, Maldonado trying to get another double like he did last night. That falls in there. Martin this time is going to slam on the brakes.
Good decision.
I don't want to get greedy.
Take the single.
Take the single. Escobar coming up. A little shocking.
Continues to have those real solid numbers against left-handed pitching. And when you have a swing like that, that magic swing to work that one down the line. Again, it's a high fastball. I've said many times, anything flared into the outfield is going to be an elevated pitch. And that's what that was, and it falls in right field for a base hit.
J.D. Martinez with a very strong arm. So Maldonado at first. Third hit that the Angels have picked up. All 3 singles.
See how powerful that arm is for J.D. Martinez. A couple seasons ago had 15 outfield assists in right field.
I'd like to have been in that baseball operations department of the Houston Astros in 2014, March of spring training, when they decided to just release J.D. Martinez.
What a career he has had with the Tigers.
No doubt. And will get paid this offseason. Free agent to be. Tough to knock the Astros for what they've been able to draft and develop over the last several years, but that's a pretty decent miss.
Yeah. When you think about the numbers he's put up in Comerica Park, not necessarily a hitter's ballpark, you put him in back in Houston and given the opportunity to play all the time. We're talking about monster numbers.
I wonder if it became a decision between he and Jake Marisnick. You know?
Could be.
Fouled back, 1-2. And sometimes it just gets to that point with an organization where time to cut bait, you know? I think Tigers didn't waste a whole lot of time in scooping them up, that's for sure.
They've worked and really refined his swing to be more consistent, but it's there. So you notice a little bit of tweaking as far as his swing. He's put up some big numbers for the Tigers. And his name has been bantered around quite a bit now that he's back in the lineup as far as potential trades. Well, the Tigers, I think with the team they have right now, especially in their starting rotation, I don't think they're going away in that division. They're going to be contenders throughout the whole season in the AL Central. Their bullpen, yeah, that's been an issue. But their starters and their offense will keep them in almost every single game.
Escobar goes down swinging, 2 outs.
That's that tight slider down and in, 88-mile-an-hour slider for Norris. Mike Trout coming to the plate, had a base hit in the first at bat, but last night getting his first hit since coming back from that hamstring issue. And Sanchez, fastball in the inner half, and boy, did he crush that ball to left center field. 9th home run of the season for Trout. Quick little smile in the dugout, saying, yes, I'm back. Norris threw him a first pitch fastball, and Trout singled on the first pitch fastball. Be surprised if he threw him a fastball first pitch here. Must like that fastball. Challenge him upstairs.
Maldonado's fielding first. Two balls, no strikes. Norris threw 9 pitches in the first inning, 19 in the second. Currently at 43.
Two-0 count, fastball count for Trout. Norris, though, will throw quite a few off-speed pitches in these counts, whether it's his slider or changeup, especially his changeup. And off-speed went slider.
Albert on deck. Albert just missed one. His first at bat.
And Trout doesn't swing often 3-0. I don't think he's swung at a 3-0 pitch yet this season. This might be one of those times, just in case he grooves a fastball.
Like that.
That's a product of he doesn't swing at that 3-0 pitch. Some hitters just aren't comfortable. They feel they're going to get the exact same pitch. 3-1, but I would be surprised if he did get a fastball 3-1. This is the time he might come back with his changeup or slider.
Prior to tonight, 9 plate appearances with a 3-0 count, 9 walks. 4 of them intentional. 3-1. There's a walk.
Remember over the years asking hitters about that, sitting on the bench between starts, whether it's a guy like Hal McRae or even George Brett, about being aggressive and swinging 3-0. They basically, it came down to is certain pitchers will challenge and throw the fastball. There's that get over fastball 3-0, think you're going to take that. They're the guys you set up for. And then there's other pitchers you know that won't give in. So you don't want to expand your strike zone 3-0 and make it out on a pitch out of the strike zone. So you have to have that comfort zone and know what the pitcher's tendencies are on a 3-0 pitch.
Albert, a fly ball on warning track at left center field his first time up. Right on cue. Norris at 19 pitches so far this inning. Single by Maldonado. Walk to Trout. 2 outs. 2-0 Detroit.
Albert had a pitch to do some damage. Now that went straight back.
Collins deep in center. 1-1 now. 1-2. Giddy up at 95-mile-per-hour fastball.
Percentage-wise, more than likely you'll see a hard slider here from Norris go down and in against Pujols.
Ground ball to short. Places. Goes to second. They force out Trout. The Angels are down here in the third. We'll head to the fourth inning with Detroit still on top 2-0. Brought to you by the Hyundai Better Than Ever sales event with the best total savings on select models in Hyundai's history is going on now at your Hyundai dealer. And by BigTimeBats.com. Check out the latest Mike Trout limited edition MVP game model bat. 2-0 Tigers on the home run by J.D. Martinez in the second. We start the fourth here on a gorgeous night. Game 3 of a 4-game series. Series tied a game apiece. Cabrera, Martinez, and Upton. The Tigers here against Nolasco. That's 2 strikeouts, 1 walk, 2 hits allowed. Cabrera struck out at the first. 0-1. He's coming off his first 1-2-3 inning. That was been shelved with a groin injury this year, so he's yet to get it going.
Good slow curveball from Nolasco. Head of the count again. So in 42 pitches, 29 strikes. Started out slow as far as strikes to balls. 16 pitches, first 16, 9 out of the strike zone. Since that point has been locked in.
1-2 is skied to center field. Trout's there. 1 down. Three straight fly ball outs. 5 in a game. Victor Martinez coming up. He had a base hit his first time up.
Got Cabrera to fly out on a split finger fastball. They didn't quite have that darting action we saw in his last start for Nolasco, but still good curveballs in that at bat. It's one of the best hitters in the game in Miguel Cabrera. Tell you what, Danny Espinosa is about as deep as you can get as a second baseman in right field right now.
Could almost wear Cole Calhoun as a backpack. Two balls, no strikes.
All three pitches well off the strike zone. And Victor Martinez, you know he's going to be swinging 3-0 here. It's a fastball in the zone. He'll be hacking. Painted the outside corner on him.
Three one. Back leg action. Full count. You got a guy at the plate that feels comfortable with everything the guy on the mound is throwing. You got a guy on the mound that's trying to avoid the hot zones.
Yeah, and especially for a guy with a lot of success against you. So I think you might even try a split finger fastball.
3-2.
Try to run that two-seamer back in. It's that two-seamer in. Off that back leg, back foot.
Do it again at 3-2. And he lays off the breaking ball to walk. Second one issued by Nolasco.
Left fielder, number 8, Justin Upton.
So it'll bring up Upton. And a fly ball to right to second. 50 pitches. 33 strikes. Remember 2 starts ago in Seattle, Nolasco dealt with a little calf issue. Certainly didn't bother him in his last start. Picking up 10 strikeouts, no walks. First time he had at least 10 strikeouts in a game since 2013. Upton a swing and a miss. 1 ball with strike.
Yeah, he was really driving towards the plate. Good downward action, consistent. With that last game with no walks, 10 strikeouts for Ricky. A split finger fastball out of the strike zone from Nolasco. 53 pitches, 34 of them strikes, 19 out of the strike zone for Nolasco. 1 out here now in the 4th inning.
Short lead for Victor Martinez at first, not going anywhere. 3-1. JD Martinez on deck. Only scoring in this game courtesy of the Tiger right fielder, first of the year. Full count. Can't imagine Martinez is going anywhere from first with a 3-2 count. He doesn't. And a walk. Back-to-back free passes. Puts 2 men on for JD Martinez.
And he had a very good swing against Ricky Nolasco back in the second inning. So now you have 2 on. He had 1 on back in the second. Fastball that did not get in the inside part of the plate. Nolasco knew it. JD Martinez, first home run of the season, got out quickly. Now with 2 on. Big moment here for Nolasco and the Angels to avoid damage. Especially for a guy that's now 10 for 25 against you.
Three walks tonight for Nolasco. Just 4 walks in his previous 4 starts. 2 on, 1 out. First one to JD Martinez. This is hit through the hole, a base hit. Now a breaking ball. Victor Martinez will be held at third base.
Pretty fortunate for Nolasco. There's not a run scored now, especially how deep that Maben was playing out in left field. The ground ball in the hole between short and third.
I'm kind of surprised they held him up.
Yes.
Already up 2-0.
That's a ground ball. You can see how far that Maben's got to come to get to that baseball. 1 outfield assist so far this season for Maben.
Working for the full windup. Collins struck out his first time up. He will look at a strike. Imagine how well the Tigers have done in these situations this year. 292 with men in scoring position. 310. The bases loaded.
Martinez at third, trying to get a little good secondary lead. Now ahead of the count, way ahead of the count for Nolasco. Can try to get that strikeout now. Collins has rolled into 2 double plays.
Breaking ball misses. 1-2.
Good try there on an 0-2 pitch.
He certainly took care of him in his second inning at bat when he struck out Collins.
Might go back at him with a 2-seam fastball, and if you're, Escobar, you got to be ready. If he hits it off the end of the bat your way, you got to be in position to field a ground ball. Have the option of throwing home or try to turn 2.
Down goes Collins. 2 outs.
Nice job by Ricky Nolasco there. And he's able to get a strikeout, a big strikeout against Collins. And we look at our pitch-by-pitch sequence. Fastball, the 2-seam fastball away at 91. Followed it back up with even better moving fastball away. Curveball in the dirt, blocked very well by Maldonado. And then finish him off with the exact same pitch, down and in. First swing and miss. Still work to be done. We're about it lined out to third, and McCann, his first at bat back in the second inning.
One ball, no strikes. And the ball McCann hit was hit sharply, but right to Yanel Escobar. McCann, 26 years of age. Second round pick at the University of Arkansas.
Now all of a sudden you made a 192 hitter a much better hitter now, because you got to sit fastball if you're McCann, but the base is loaded. 2-0 count. He's looking fastball. You have to locate this one well.
Jammed him, and amazing stop by Jeffrey Marte, who was late to even get started. I think the ball caught Jeffrey more than Jeffrey caught the baseball, but the Angels will get out of it.
But a play that needed to be made by Marte. Kind of jammed himself, McCann, and his ball was almost by Marte, and he got it, flips it over to Lasco, no damage done. Take a look at the top tier play brought to you by Arco, with Jeffrey Marte coming to the plate. And in the field, though, diving play. And then quickly flips it over to Ricky Nolasco to finish off that last inning with no damage done with the bases loaded. Marte making the play, and then the perfect flip to lead off this inning. No damage done that inning against Nolasco.
And he will lead things off. He'll ground this one over to Castellanos. One down. Infield base hit in the second. Grounds out here in the fourth. He's 1 for 2. And it'll bring up Cole Calhoun, who struck out in the second. 1 of 3 strikeouts for Norris. 1 walk. 3 singles allowed.
Left-handed batters coming into the game against Daniel Norris this season. 320 batting average.
Lays off. 3-0.
Good take by Cole. It's a little bit off the outside corner.
Simmons on deck.
Right, Osmus, the manager for the Tigers, looking on. Cole trying to get on base to get this inning started. Should get a 3-1 fastball.
This is driven out toward left center field. Good jump by Collins. He'll track it down. 2 down. Good swing by Cole, too.
Yeah, he stayed back on that one very well. Lined at left center field, but Collins with a good jump, good read off the bat. Especially as a center fielder, it's going to drift away from you. That angle he took, perfect angle to run that one down. Looked like off the bat it was going to be a double for Cole. Solid play by Collins in center field.
So 2 outs, nobody on. Here's Angelton. Reached on a fielder's choice in second.
That hard slider from Norris. Backed it up with a fastball, almost the exact same spot on the inside corner at 94. Velocity on his slider has really increased from 2014 till this season. Stayed on top of it, better balance over the pitching rubber.
That's one of the few that you've seen. You see a fastball like that where he does rush things or tries to rush things.
Yeah, he was already landing, and that forces your elbow to drop. See the speed range, 95 to 76.
Simmons goes down swinging in a 1-2-3 inning for Norris. We head to the 5th inning. Halos trailing at 2-0. Brought to you by Hyundai. The world didn't need another hybrid. It needed a better hybrid. Introducing the 2017 Ioniq from Hyundai. Better drives us. Top of the 5th, Detroit on top by the score of 2-0. And it could have been more in the 4th inning, but Ricky Nolasco got Collins a strikeout with the bases loaded. And McCann to ground one over to Jeffrey Marte. And the baseball find his glove. Terrific play. 9-1-2 Iglesias, Kinsler, and Castellanos. Iglesias grounded out to Simmons in his first at bat, hitless so far in the series.
Norris with a real quick inning after a long inning for Nolasco, throwing quite a few pitches. As a pitcher, a lot of times you love to see that a little bit longer of an inning so you can get yourself back in a good groove.
Both hits him. Evens the count up at 2-2.
We ran that two-seam fastball well off the plate inside. And pretty amazing how that baseball didn't hit him. Maybe it was those dance moves he had and we saw in the dugout before the game.
Yeah.
Quick enough to get away from that fastball.
Payoff on the way. This was line to right. Cole in a couple of steps, one away. They celebrate Mother's Day tomorrow with the Angels. The first 20,000 adults in attendance receive a Mother's Day flower base courtesy of Fox Sports West. For more info, angels.com/promotions. 12:37 start tomorrow. Justin Verlander on the mound for Detroit. Angels will counter Alex Meyer.
Coming off a solid start, although he said he needed to work on some things, especially with the walk total, but his strikeout total solid last game for Alex Meyer.
Kinsler pulls it foul. There's JV. Seven starts with a 3-2 record, a 4.25 ERA.
A lot of people's minds last year thought he should have been the Cy Young Award winner. Already won one and an MVP the same season.
Eric Ibar's pen pal.
Yeah. And ex-teammate.
Yeah. Let's go back several years now.
Yes.
1-1.
That was a fun little sequence there. A bunt late like that was in the 8th inning.
Maglia Ordonez as well as that whole fracas with Jared Weaver.
Yeah, there was a few times over the years. Yeah.
Carlos Guillen.
Fun times.
Yeah. 2 on pitch. Kinsler a walk and a fly ball to center. Two on the way. Trying to get him a chase.
It almost seemed like more of a mistake because Maldonado was setting up for it, and especially with his target was down outside corner that ran up and above the strike zone, middle part of the plate.
It's 5th full count Velasco has had. And that's ripped to left, a base hit. And McKay Maben misplays it. Kinsler's going to try to go to second. He is in there safely. It was about as routine a play as you can have on a base hit. Kind of misplayed by Cameron. He commits his third error of the season.
Hit well by Kinsler. And looked up. That's why he was unable to make the play, Maben. You can see right here he's looking up to see if Kinsler was going to try to go to second base, but the ball was hit hard right at him. He's not going to commit to that, especially dealing with that hamstring issue coming in even in the series for Kinsler. Now runner in scoring position.
Castellanos twice has hit a fly ball to right. Swings through this one. 0-1 even after that last at bat for Castellanos in the third. Almost looked kind of frustrated. He's hit a couple of fly balls already in this series out to right field. But nothing that has gone over the fence or off the wall.
He's pretty much stayed with that swing, that inside out approach he's had. Got that fastball, 93, 4-seam fastball. From Velasco, he had a swing and miss. So that's a full count, but his 5th 0-2 count in the game.
Breaking ball misses. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitches now thrown by Ricky. We're the 5th with 1 out.
He hasn't shown he's going to chase that slider off the outside corner. 48 of those 80 pitches have been strikes. He's almost looked like he's looking for that fastball in the inner half so he can have that approach where he drives the ball to right center field. Slider there.
Yeah. He was contented showing him 1 fastball and then trying to get him to chase the breaking ball.
That one had this great downward action. Late break right on the outside corner. If he doesn't swing in, it's probably going to be called a strike also. Tight rotation going down and away. Perfect pitch from Nolasco.
Picks up his 4th strikeout. Now has to deal with Miguel Cabrera. Tiger first baseman's 0 for 2 with a strikeout, a fly ball to center. Tigers with 4 hits, the Angels with 3. Well, one of the Tigers went over the fence in left field. JD Martinez, a 2-run home run. This one hit toward the hole. Simmons has it to the back end. Fires it to first. And the Tigers will leave a man in scoring position. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Halos have the bottom 3rd of their order coming up, down 2-0. Fifth inning. Want to remind you that every weekday morning, Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharp go head to head on the day's hottest sports topics. Undisputed. Skip and Shannon weekdays 6:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. Pacific, only on FS1. David trying to bunt his way on. Ball hits him, but it hits him while he's in the batter's box, so it's just a strike on the foul ball.
Yeah, if he bunts that and he's out of the batter's box, so he ruled out, but he was still in the batter's box when that ball made contact with him. Not a bad idea by Cameron Maybin.
Halos have 3 singles today, 1 walk. Grounded to short. 1 away. So they'll bring up Espinosa. Danny had a pretty good swing in his first at bat. Took it to the warning track at right center field, but caught by Collins. Now is 0 for his last 35. That matches the Angels club record. Reggie Jackson set it. On his last hit April 26th. That was against Oakland.
Pretty amazing though. There's some pretty good names on that list. Guys have had pretty solid major league careers.
One ball with strike. The 0 for 35 is the longest of Danny's career. One pitch. Two balls, one strike. Good rip.
That's a good swing right there on a slider. Done a couple of change-ups and a slider in this bat, including a fastball. Danny Espinosa may see that hard slider down and in. All four pitches in this sequence have been pretty much the upper part of the strike zone against them.
2-2 missed inside. Full count. Maldonado on deck. 3-2 lifted in the air down the line. Long run for everybody, and it goes foul. Espinosa heads back to the home plate area.
Well, anything, any flare, anything for a base hit, that's always looking for to get himself going.
I was thinking the exact same thing. I'm thinking about Maldonado's double last night, single today. I'm thinking, get down for him, will you? You know?
Yeah, he needs one of those just to get rolling. You know, those line drives at a fielder, everyone's, hey, it's a good swing. No, you want a base hit any way you can get it. Even if you break the bat, flare it in somewhere for a base hit for Espinosa to get that confidence back at the plate.
Pulled to the left side, gloved by Castellanos. Nice play by the Tiger third baseman. And you can just see it all over Espinosa's face. What does he need to do to get off the schneid here? Now over his last 36. Boy, hit that ball hard.
And Castellanos has struggled really in this series at third base, but makes an outstanding play on that well-hit baseball by Espinosa. Lines it, one hopper. Castellanos gets it and throws it across the diamond to get Espinosa. Really good play by Castellanos. But again, it's one of those deals where, no, you want a little flare. You like to hit the ball hard, but you want a base hit. And now it's time for the driver's seat, brought to you by the new 2017 Kia Sorento coming into the game today. Martin Maldonado at the top as far as first versus left-handed pitching. His on-base percentage at .577. Chris Bryant reigning NL MVP, just below Bryce Harper, Matt Holliday, and Nelson Cruz. Done very well against left-handed pitching.
Two on the Martin. Missed out on it.
He already has a hit tonight against the lefty here.
This little flare out the left center field, and Collins can't get there to fall in. Martin Maldonado, the master of the knockdown wedge, all of a sudden.
He would do well down there at TPC Sawgrass down in Florida. Even on the 17th hole, the island hole, he'll be able to drop that one in there. That is a tremendous sand wedge. Checked it up. Collins, good effort. And able to get there. Second hit by Maldonado. He's telling Miguel Cabrera, you know what? I got that working right now. I know you got a lot of hits. You got quite a few home runs, but can you do what I just did 3 times in a row?
Escobar twice has struck out. Cabrera holding Maldonado on at first base. 2 outs, 2-0 to Schroeder in the 5th. Two and one. Trout on deck.
On a 2-1 pitch against a right-handed batter, though, about 46% of the time, Norris will throw an all-speed pitch.
Pulled toward the hole. Iglesias diving stop, knocks it down, no play, infield base hit. And the Angels have 2 on with 2 outs, and Mike Trout coming to the plate.
And he sat back, got that slider on a 2-1 pitch. Iglesias with great range tried to dive and make that play off the glove, allowing Trout to come up with 2 on here. Stay back after 2 punch outs, gets an infield hit. So 2 at-bats in a row. So on the first pitch fastball, the Trout 1 in the zone, and Trout lined it for a single. The next at-bat was out of the strike zone. Showed those numbers earlier that Trout's been aggressive on the first pitch and has been successful swinging at the first pitch.
Single and a walk tonight for Trout. Maldonado at second, Escobar at first. He's off that one. Nobody's trying to advance.
Now with that arm McCann has, and you already have Trout up. One swing of the bat, all of a sudden the Angels have the lead.
Caught the corner.
A 1-0 changeup. Often he'll throw his changeup after that pitch. Also, he'll go back-to-back changeup or throws his slider off his changeup.
Castellanos deep at third. Challenger with a fastball.
might go see a hard slider down and in. Challenge him upstairs. That could have been called a strike.
Yep.
Close enough.
That hit the top quadrant of the Fox tracks.
Interesting to watch McCann. He was setting up that target low, tapping the ground, and then at the last second, set the target upstairs, and Norris hit that target.
Two balls, two strikes, two outs, 2 on. 2-0 Detroit. Full count, and that hit him. Actually grazed the elbow pad. So they're loaded up now for Albert.
And that's something you can challenge now if that hit him or not. Omar Vizquel calling in to see if it indeed hit Trout. Running that in, leans out over. Pretty tough to tell. Right towards his elbow. Almost seems like you say you can't tell. It's a long conversation. I think there won't be a challenge. 3 times on base for Trout tonight. Albert with the bases loaded.
They want Trout to bat 3-2. You know what I'm saying?
I would say
pick your poison,
that's what
right?
I didn't think it hit him. Albert with 13 career grand slams is 2 for 9 though this season with the bases loaded. Very good career numbers. Batting average with the bases loaded also for Albert.
0 for 2 tonight.
Outfield playing extremely deep. Anything in front of him will tie the game. Going back inside. Now we'll probably see that hard slider, maybe a couple hard sliders in the dirt down and in. Last grand slam for Albert, June 19th of 2015 in Oakland. Just take a single right now to tie it up.
0-2 upstairs.
I always remember Pat Talbot saying, because he's had some of the best numbers ever with the bases loaded. He was here just a few weeks ago with Toronto. He always thought was use the middle of the field, take that single, because you're going to get that RBI or 2 with the bases loaded. To shorten up, you can't think grand slam, you got to think base hit up the middle with the bases loaded.
No place to put him with 2 outs. A 1-2 count. Breaking pitch and out to left field. Upton racing over, falls in there for a base hit. 2 runs coming home. Trout ends up at third, and we are tied at 2.
Back inside, and Albert is able to bring his hands inside enough to get that one down the line and avoid the play by Justin Upton, who's made some very good plays in left field throughout his career. And that was a breaking ball, and McCann wanted that one down, miss location, and Albert pulls that one down the line. It lands perfectly towards that corner, driving in 2, tying up the game. That's what you want to try to do with the bases loaded. Just put the ball in play and pick up those RBIs, and Albert did. 2 more RBIs. Give him now 27 for the season for Albert.
Boy, the way that ball hung up Out in left field. I thought Upton had a chance, or at least was going to try to dive for it.
I thought he was going to too, and he's made some really good plays throughout his career in left field. Going over the wall, good range.
It wasn't one of those line shots by Albert. Jammed.
Tying Yaz on the all-time RBI list. Former Triple Crown winner, Carly Yastrzemski.
Marte, 1 for 2. Upstairs.
Speaking of Triple Crown winners, Miguel Cabrera over there by Albert Pujols. There's a lot of career home runs and RBIs right there between those two.
Infield base hit for Marte in the second, grounded out in the fourth. Here's the 1-0. Pulled down the line. Castellanos in the backhand has it. Goes across the diamond. The Angels are done here in the fifth, but they do tie things up on the full hole space hit. We will head to the sixth inning. It's a 2-2 game.
Around the majors, Chris Sale, what a job he has done pitching for the Red Sox. Punch out of Evan Longoria. Again, another double-digit game for Chris Sale. 7 straight starts with 10 or more strikeouts. For Chris Sale now just one shy the major league record set by Pedro Martinez back in 1999 and matched by Chris Sale in 2015.
He's just absolutely ridiculous right now.
I mean, that arm angle he throws at, we always talk about, he's got a great edge about him too.
Victor Martinez will lead things off here against Ricky Nolasco in the sixth inning. It's a 2-2 game. Cliff Pennington has taken over at third base. So if something happened to Escobar while he was running the bases. Good off-speed pitch. No balls, 2 strikes.
Look at a little split for his changeup.
yanked foul. Fastball up and in. Count remains at 1-2.
That's what you're seeing.
Pennington over at third base. Sorry, Gooby, but this is what happened. At least we appeared what happened with Yunel Escobar as he scored on the Pujols single. Slowly kind of grabbing the back of the left leg. Never a good sign. Check swing. Did he go? No. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
See if he indeed crossed the strike zone. And that looked like he held up, did not cross the plate.
Breaking pitch, and this is hit to shallow right. Espinosa fires to first. Gets Victor Martinez.
That is a long throw.
Oh, man.
We were talking about that earlier, how deep he was playing in right field as a second baseman.
Almost needed a cutoff man. 1 down.
Might have to ice that arm down after after this inning. 1 hop into that outfield grass. Has to get a lot on it to get Victor Martinez at first base. It's one of those plays you'll see sometimes in National League games where the right fielder will play way in. I think you got a knock as a pitcher and he'll throw you at it first.
Upton yanking one down the left field line toward the corner. Maben over, and this is gone. Sneaks over the wall. And the Tigers are back on top, 3-2. Justin Upton hits his 8th of the season, his 2nd of the series.
This is his 3rd career home run against Ricky Nolasco. A 2-seam fastball, and Upton brought his hands inside on that baseball. It was bat belt high. Didn't quite get all the barrel of that bat on there.
JD Martinez behind in the count at 0-1.
They've scored 10 runs in the series. The Tigers, 8 have been the result of a big fly.
Slider missing. 2 balls and a strike. Is Mero Petit getting ready for the Angels in their bullpen. JD Martinez, 2-run shot in the 2nd inning, his 1st of the year. Had a base hit through the left side in the 4th. Pitch, little cue shot back toward the mound. Maldonado calls him off, fires to first, got him, 2 down.
It's always a good decision as the catcher to call off the pitcher because you have the momentum going towards that baseball with the spin on it. Clear the pitcher not only to field that, but in an off-balance throw going forward. Much better play, much easier play for Maldonado. See how that spin on the baseball quickly gets to it and fires that low throw to get him at first base. Quick communication using that bare hand, a lot on the throw to get the 2nd out.
Tyler Collins twice has struck out tonight. 95 pitches now for Nolasco. 3-2 Tigers win the 6th. Two balls, no strikes. One of the few pitches we've seen tonight where Ricky almost kind of pushed that ball, launched it.
Front shoulder Flew open, elbow drop.
3-0. And a guy who has been manhandled by Ricky.
Especially with
punch
that
outs.
big at bat back in the 4th inning with the bases loaded, got the punch out, and eventually got through that inning on a nice play by Jeffrey Marte against McCann.
And a 4-pitch walk with 2 outs. 4th walk of the night for Nolasco. We've got McCann coming up.
Collins with no stolen base, has been caught twice.
So 5 out of the zone now for Ricky. McCann lined out for the 2nd, and he grounded out of the 4th with the bases loaded. This is lined toward short glove by Simba for the 3rd out of the inning. And that was with Collins on the move. So Simba gets Nolasco out of the 6th inning. Tigers on top now.
What an outstanding defensive play by Anderson Simmons, multiple Gold Glove winner, with the Braves showing that Gold Glove type of talent, catching that line drive to finish off the inning. Angels down by 1.
The 3 runs the Tigers have put on the boards. 3-2 Detroit. Bottom of the 6th inning. Norris back out. Calhoun, Simmons, and Maben. Cole's 0 for 2. Struck out on the 2nd. And drove one out toward the alley in left center field that was tracked down by Collins.
Yeah, real good swing that last bat by Cole. And Norris has tried to get him to chase high fastballs. First 2 at bats.
2 balls, no strikes.
2 fastballs in a row upstairs.
Three-0.
Did that last time too, and then threw a 3-0 fastball down the middle of the plate. And eventually 3-1 at Cole lined to left center field, run down very well by Collins in center.
On the corner.
Anderson, Simmons on deck, who made that outstanding play to finish off the top of the 6th.
And there's a walk to start the 6th inning. Second one issued by Norris. Simmons comes to the plate. Let's go back and look at the play that Anderson made to finish off the top of the frame.
An outstanding play he made. With Collins on the move, a good jump, the line drive. And that baseball was by Simmons when he dives and makes that play. Simba. So that athleticism to catch that line drive, finish off the 6th. It's due to be out in a long conversation with Daniel Norris.
I like that move by Mike Michalowski. Just walk right up there between pitching coach and pitcher. There's the 30-second clock. It was expiring. Get him off the mound. Hardy and Green getting ready for the Tigers. Simmons, a fielder's choice and a strikeout. He's 0 for 2. Castellanos in over at third base. That's yanked foul down the left field line. Guessed right, just a little too quick. On the corner.
That's a pretty good pitch. Tough pitch. 93-mile-an-hour fastball paints the outside corner. Cole's got to be looking in just in case this next pitch, more likely that hard slider potentially in the dirt, to see if he can advance on it.
1-2. Cameron Maybin's on deck. Dan Espinosa. .97 pitches for Norris. Season high 106 as this popped up. Kinsler backs out a couple of steps. 1 out. So Maybin strolls to the plate. 0 for 2 with a fly ball to right and a ground ball to short. Cole. Not a big lead over at first base. Leadoff walk for him. 1-0. Morris 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, a hit batter. 6 hits, 3 of which occurred in the 5th. Pujols tied it up at that time with the single. Tate grounded out with the go-ahead run at third, and then Upton with his 8th home run. Detroit back on top. They'll check in on Cole.
Next pitch will be pitch number 100 for Daniel Norris. Pitches 57 strikes.
One ball, no strikes. Count even up. Rick Nolasco done after his 6 innings. 5 hits, and fortunately 2 of them home runs. That's something that has plagued this Angels staff all season. Now with 56 home runs allowed, Nolasco's given up 13 in his 8 starts. 1-1. 1-2.
And other than the home run ball against Nolasco, he's been very solid this season. Still an opportunity with some offensive support in this inning, be in line for a W if they can get a couple runs across.
That's lined out to right field. J.D. Martinez is there, makes the catch. Cole hustles back to first, 2 down. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Los Angeles Angels. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP. Danny Espinosa's 0 for 2.
Hit the ball very hard, his last at bat.
Castellanos robbing him, a diving stop.
A little bit of the light wave going here now at the Big A.
That's pulled down the line. That's a fair ball. Toward the corner. Cole heading toward third. Upton up with it. Gets it back in, and Cole will be stopped at third. Espinosa with a double, and he snaps that 0 for 36.
Boy, I love to see that from Espinosa. That's 2 really good swings in a row, and a fortunate bounce for the Tigers. And Upton is that baseball off the short wall and bounce right towards him. Otherwise, Cole's going to score and tie the game up. Brought his hands inside and lines that one right down the line for his 4th double of the season, just over the base, a corner of the base and down the line. See that bounce going right to carry him right to Upton. He almost slipped on it. Got it in quickly. No way that Ron Renicky could send Cole Calhoun home at that point, but a good swing.
Yeah.
Great to see that from Danny Espinosa.
It looked like Danny, as he's making his way to Renicky, kind of looking up at the heavens.
Yes.
Thankfully, that 0-for is over with. Tough stretch for a guy that continues to bust his tail. It's just good to see him get that 0-for over with. Halos threatening here with 2 outs. It's a 3-2 Tiger lead. Jason Whitlock to the Braves to know the guts to say. Catch Colin and Jason as they team up for FS1's daily sports talk show. Speak for yourself weekdays, 2 p.m. Pacific. Bottom of the 6th, 2 on. Runners at 2nd and 3rd, 2 outs. Daniel Norris at 104 pitches, responsible for those 2 guys on base. It's 3-2 Detroit. And it'll be Martin Maldonado to face Shane Green, who pitched on Thursday. Right-hander comes into this one. No record, a 1.29 ERA. This will be his 16th game. 14 innings, 11 hits, 16 strikeouts, 9 walks. He's got Calhoun, the tying run at 3rd. Espinosa, the go-ahead run at 2nd base.
Yeah, Green has a fastball. It's going to be 92 to 96. He'll throw a cut fastball, slider, and a changeup.
Breaking pitch, first pitch swinging, lofted out towards shallow right. Kinsler calling for it. And the Angels lead 2 in scoring position. 6 in the books, 3-2 Detroit. brought to you by the all-new 2017 Chrysler Pacifica Hybrid. Go the distance with 84 mpg and a 566 total driving range. By Mercury Insurance, we're on a mission to save you money. Log on to mercuryinsurance.com to get a fast free quote and see how much you can save. And by Buick. Top of the 7th inning, Detroit on top by the score of 3-2 as Mero Petit takes over on the mound for Ricky Nolasco. This will be Petit's 14th appearance of the season. No record, a 2.61 ERA, 21 strikeouts, 6 walks. He'll face 9-1-2 in the Tigers' half of the 7th. Iglesias, Kinsler, and Castellanos. Petit last worked in Oakland on Wednesday afternoon through 34 pitches. This one's in for a strike. We haven't heard an official word yet as to why Yunel Escobar was taken out of the game for Cliff Pennington. We can only assume. Iglesias late on that fastball, 0-2.
Yeah, trying to sit on something off speed. Got back-to-back fastballs.
Nolasco, by the way, 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 home runs, 4 strikeouts, 4 walks, 3 runs, all earned. Breaking pitch. And down goes Iglesias for the first out.
Good curveball there from Petit to get a swing and miss after back-to-back fastballs. Outer part of the plate, finished off the curveball going down and away. Downward action, tight curveball.
Foul back. No balls, 2 strikes on Kinsler. Second baseman walk, a fly ball to center, and a single. Fastball got him.
Boy, 6 pitches, 6 strikes, 2 punch-outs. Petit in this inning.
Setting up guys is overrated, Gooby.
Yes, finish him off quickly. Paints the outside corner with a fastball.
Halos in the bottom of the 7th have 1, 2, 3 coming up. Pennington in for Escobar, Trout, and then Pujols. Looks like Green will come back out for the 7th. Castellanos, 2 fly balls to right field and a strikeout. Ground ball under the glove of Petit, but right to Espinosa. Got a little bounce in his step all of a sudden.
Yes,
that Danny
does.
Espinosa guy
yes,
does.
He does.
As
A couple
well
really
should.
good swings. Finally got that base hit last inning. 1, 2, 3 innings for Petit. Angels down by 1 with Trout coming up this inning.
just want to remind you that you can join the Angels on Tuesday. White Sox in town. Fans in attendance receive a Trout MVP season bobblehead courtesy of Pechanga Resort Casino. For more info, go to angels.com/promotions. Cliff Pennington, Mike Trout, and Albert Pujols to face Shane Green. Green came and got the last out through one pitch. That's all it took for him to finish off the 6th. Pennington last night got the start at second. He had 3 hits. This is his first plate appearance of the night. Took over defensively in the 6th. Castellanos in on the grass at third. Back-to-back breaking balls. 1 ball, 1 strike.
A lot of room out in right center field for Cliff Pennington. Justin Upton playing very shallow in left field.
One and two. Fastball at 95. 28-year-old Claremont, Florida native. 50 games last year with Detroit. 3 starts, 5-4 with a 5.82 ERA. He's finally put it together. At least so far, he's put it together.
Yeah, his cut fastballs really help. He's been able to go backdoor. Seen already. Nice at bat.
There's a front door. 2-seam fastball. Pennington goes down looking, 1 out.
Go back to my Hyundai key for this game. It's what I like. And now an opportunity with Mike Trout coming to the plate. A big 2-run home run last night. Been on base all 3 times tonight, trying to either get on base or tie the game here in the 7th.
Trout fouls it back, 0-1.
And he was ready on that first pitch. We showed that graphic earlier tonight, how well he has hit that first pitch, and he had one to drive, and he just missed it.
Trout with a single, a walk and a hit by pitch. On board 3 times. 0-1 pitch. That is out toward deep left field. Upton going back. Big fly for Mike Trout. We're tied at 3.
Pretty much right on cue. That's what I like. And you have Mike Trout at the plate, and Mike Trout ties it up with 1 swing in the bat. Had a real good swing the first pitch. Got another pitch to drive upper part of the strike zone. And look how short and compact that swing is. Another one of those, no doubt about it, big flies for Trout. Barrel in the bat and the lift. Home run number 10. That's over to 390 sign, just left of the Jersey Mike sign. By Mike from Jersey.
Albert takes a strike.
Well, 3 for 11 since returning from that little injury to the hamstring, with 2 home runs on base. And that one rounding the base all 4 times.
Breaking pitch, Albert guessing fastball. Behind the count at 0-2. Albert with a 2 RBI single in his last at bat. At that point, tied the score at 2. Pujols now with 1,844 career runs batted in, tying Kari Strzemski. 13th all time. 2,860 career hits. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And tight, 2-2.
Stanley Norris will now get a no decision, as will Ricky Nolasco. A Fulmer, who threw a very good game, that first game of this series. Reigning AL Rookie of the Year, was outstanding in Game 1.
Late on that fastball, fouled off.
That was almost that swing you're looking for, a slider away. Got a fastball, he ran it in on him. He was able to bring his hands inside on the fastball from Norris with the bases loaded. Last at bat drove in 2.
Breaking pitch, fouled back.
That was that slider that he was looking for. He got it and he fouled that one straight back. That home run by Trout, that bullpen ERA for the Tigers this season. Tops as far as runs allowed at 5.81. The Nationals were off to a great start. Their bullpen, not so much.
Full count.
Home run by Trout against Green, the 22nd home run allowed by the bullpen for the Tigers.
Three-two count with Marte on deck. There's a payoff. Breaking ball rolled to short. Places to the backhand. 2 down. So here's Jeffrey Marte, who's 1 for 3, starting first baseman tonight. Marte lifts one out to shallow left field. Upton has to come in on it. Calls off Iglesias, and that's the 3rd out of the inning. But Mike Trout with 1 out here in the 7th. Hits his 10th of the season. 24th run batted in to tie things up in the 8th.
He had a real good swing on the first pitch, and even better here on the 2nd to tie it up. 2nd home run of the series for Trout.
has tied this game at 3 as we head to the top of the 8th inning here at the Big Egg. Ken French with you, and don't forget, following this one, it's all about Angels Live, presented by your SoCal Mazda dealers. Join myself, Jose Mota, Alex Curry, bring you all the highlights and reaction from this one. We'll take a look back at Ricky Nolasco's performance tonight. He was a victim of the long ball, but we showed you Trout has come through. Also, Albert Pujols has come through. Right now, we'll send it back inside the guys.
Uh-oh, this one's out towards center field. Trout moving back on it, and will make the catch on the track. You never want to see first pitch Wayne Cabrera hitting a ball like that.
Yeah, especially
stays in the yard.
Especially after you just tie it and he's coming to the plate.
One out. Nothing but strikes for Petit.
That was a long strike on that one, though. You'll take it, though. An out's an out.
Victor Martinez, 1 for 2. A single, a walk, and a run scored.
Another strike for Petit. 10 pitches, all 10 strikes.
There's the first ball.
And that didn't miss by a whole lot either.
One ball, one strike. 3 runs, 5 hits, 5 left on for Detroit. 3 runs, 8 hits, an error, 7 left on for the Angels. Two and one. Two one. Fouled off.
Just a little bit late on that fastball, but a dangerous spot against Victor Martinez from Petit.
Upton's on deck.
Upton with a home run, his last at bat, right down the left field line. To win the series himself, like Mike Trout.
A little battle here between Petit and Victor Martinez. Off speed away. It's a pretty good take.
Yeah, it was. That was a pretty tough pitch. About a baseball or so off the outside corner. Socha was asking Martin Maldonado where that was, and he said it was off the plate. So often we've seen Maldonado get those calls by framing the pitch so well.
Payoff pitch. Off speed, pulled foul, not in front.
Now you think right now that fastball away at the knees would be a real good pitch for a Petit.
Breaking ball got him, locked him up. Down goes Martinez, 2 outs.
Located perfectly by Petit. A little tough at bat against Victor Martinez. Curveball, backdoor curveball to finish him off.
Justin Upton at the plate. Fly to right, a walk and a home run.
He's 1 for 3 in his career versus Petit with a double.
Home run, he hit the 6th, his 8th of the season. Did not hit his 8th home run until June 20th of last year. And ended up tying his career best with 31. That's a pretty good run.
That's seen the baseball well, don't you think, for a long period of time?
One.
First 2 pitches away by Petit. Of course, Upton to hit at the big part of the yard going the other way.
Oh, good breaking ball.
Good separation as far as the speed of those pitches. 90 and then 77 miles an hour on this breaking ball. I'm going to try that pitch again. Or you go fastball as long as it's about a baseball or 2 off the outside corner.
That same area.
Yes. Don't try to sneak anything in.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Now you can go back to the breaking ball if you want, right?
Yep. There's 26 home runs since last August. That was the 21st for Upton last season into this year, which is tops in the majors as far as the power swing for Upton. Dangerous hitter.
There it is, a little flip out to left field. Maben has to come in on it, and he'll make the catch for the 3rd out. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Halos will set up Calhoun, Simmons, and Maben in a 3-3 game. guys contributing up and down the lineup. You need that, especially the way the team has played of late. But Mike Trout with a couple of hits. He's been on board all the time. And Martin Maldonado also with a couple of hits at the bottom part of the order. Yunel Escobar not in the game any longer. We still don't know as to the reason why, but it looked like he grabbed the back of his left leg when he scored on the Pujols single in the 5th inning. No word yet from the clubhouse as Alex Wilson takes over on the mound for the Tigers. This will be his 15th game, 0-1 record, and a 2.08 ERA. He'll face Cole Calhoun to lead things off.
Yeah, fastball's 90-94. He'll throw a cut fastball, slider, and change up himself. We talked about balance in a lineup in our opening tonight. There's a pretty good balance. You mentioned that, Victor, but these three coming up right now for the Angels looking for their first hits. Right time to get that rolling here in the 8th as the Angels try to pull off another come from behind victory. 13 already this season, second best in the American League.
Wilson, 2 pitches, staying away from Cole.
Still a lot of room over that left side of the infield. This shorten up your swing and hit that ball on the ground.
Yeah, take the knock, right?
Yep. Especially now with 2 strikes early in the count. Yeah, you're looking to do some damage, an extra base hit, but now you're trying to get on base.
Cole 0 for 3 in his career against Wilson. Wilson came over to the Tigers prior to 2015, the Rick Porcello deal. Cespedes was part of that deal.
That's just a bit high.
A little bit. Red Sox second round pick in 09 out of Texas A&M. Two balls, 2 strikes.
It's one that pitch, that one before you overthrow and throw it so high out of the strike zone, it always seems to have a carryover effect to the very next pitch. That one not near the strike zone. You already had 2 pitches on the outside part of the plate, a hitter late on it, and you try to overthrow when it's high. Now Cole in position now, even up the count here to look for something to do some damage. Yeah, he looked like he was just trying to punch that ball to the left side of the infield.
Cole pulls it foul, little breaking ball, and that got into the seats just over the dugout.
Boy, in this sequence against Cole and Alex Wilson, 4 of the 6 pitches outside corner or beyond the outside corner.
Full count.
Cole picked up his 14th walk of the season, his last at bat. Worked a full count here to try to get on base.
Three-two now. A slow roller to first. There feeds Wilson. 1 down. Simmons is 0 for 3. Fielder's choice, a strikeout to Papa. Castellanos has this one. 2 down. There's Cameron Maybin coming up, the former Tiger. Oakland 3 with a line out his last time up. The Angels have Bud Norris getting ready. He'll pitch the 9th. Tigers in the 9th have J.D. Martinez, Tyler Collins, and James McCann coming up.
Challenging with a fastball. Cameron is trying to put the ball in play, utilize his speed. Got in the count 0-2.
Maybin down swinging, and we will head to the 9th inning. The Angels and Tigers tied at 3. Watch every out-of-market regular season game live on over 400 supported devices. Plus, get a free subscription to At-Bat Premium, the #1 app for live baseball. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details. Right-hander Bud Norris takes over on the mound for Yusmeiro Petit. Through 2 shutout innings, picked up 3 strikeouts, faced 6 batters, got all of them. Now here's Norris to pitch the 9th inning. J.D. Martinez, Tyler Collins, James McCann coming up. 18th game for Bud, who's filled in admirably as the closer for the Angels. This, of course, not a safe situation, nor can it be. Now that we're into the 9th of the tie game. But Bud will try to shut it down, give the Angels an opportunity at the bottom of the 9th. Norris last pitched Tuesday. 6 pitches in 1 inning of work against the Athletics. J.D. Martinez 2 for 3, a home run, a single. And a little number out in front of the plate. First one misses it just a little bit outside. Lifts it down the line. Cole moving over, running out of room. 1 ball and strike. That's out to right, hit well. Cole moving back, he'll pull up, and this one is gone. Bud Norris has allowed an opposite field home run to J.D. Martinez, who has hit his 2nd of the night. And Detroit is back in the lead, 4-3.
Home run to left, home run to right by J.D. Martinez. And a single, 3 for 4 night. It's a cut fastball that's drifted out over the plate, and a real good swing from J.D. Martinez going inside out, and it has enough power to drive that one out to right field, right center.
2nd career multi-homer game for J.D. Martinez. The last time was back in 2015. A couple of former Astros facing off, but J.D. Martinez wins that battle, so the Angels trail it 4-3. One and two. Collins, 2 strikeouts and a walk.
We'll go with a slider here. He's got a chance. A 2-2 count.
Got him. 1 down. His first home run, by the way, that Norris has given up this year.
Yeah, the pitch is backed up on him. That fastball, real good one there at 95 with very good late movement. Justin Wilson getting warmed up, the closer now for the Tigers.
Was Francisco Rodriguez, but struggled. So the Tigers made the move. Can tonight 0 for 3. Twice has hit the ball hard. Nothing to show for it with a couple of lineouts. Escobar in the 2nd. And Anderson Simmons with a diving catch to end the 5th.
And that was an outstanding play by Simmons on that line drive by McCann. Especially with Collins, he was on the move.
Halos in the 9th. Of Espinosa, Maldonado, Pennington, then Trout. We'll get to that point. You have Ben Revere on the bench. and Luis Valbuena. Down goes McCann. Drops.
Fastball from Bud Norris. The difference in this game to this point, though, it's worthy of a Carl's Cam replay. JD Martinez against Bud Norris, a breaking ball cutter that stays in the inner half of the plate. He goes inside out, gets the barrel of that bat, brought his hands inside, and drove that ball out to right center field. His second home run of the game, third RBI for JD Martinez.
Pulled toward third. Pennington's got it. There's the third out, but JD Martinez with his second home run of the night puts the Tigers back on top. It's 4-3 as we head to the bottom of the ninth. 8, 9, and 1 coming up for the Angels. Justin Wilson takes over on the mound for the Tigers, looking to close it out. He has 1 save in 16 appearances. 1-1 mark, a 1.23 ERA, 23 strikeouts, just 4 walks in 14 and 2/3 innings.
Yeah, he does have a power arm. Born in Anaheim, 29-year-old. He's got a fastball 92 to 100, depending on 2-seam or 4-seam fastball, curveball, slider, and a pretty good changeup.
Danny Espinosa to lead things off. Martin Maldonado after him. Cliff Pennington. Espinosa snapped it 0 for 36 with a double down the left field line in the 6th inning.
All 3 of his home runs have been in the 9th inning for Espinosa. 2 really good swings in a row. Finally got that double down the line.
There's the first one. Fastball downstairs. Danny 0 for 1 in his career against Wilson.
Got that good little cutter too he threw there.
Wilson, 29 years of age at the Fresno State. This is popped up on the first base side, headed toward the seats and out of play. Wilson now his 2nd season with the Tigers. 66 games last year, 4-5. A 4.14 ERA. Pitched in the big leagues with the Pirates, the Yankees, and now the Tigers. One ball, two strikes.
Likes to try to run that four-seam fastball upper part of the strike zone. 1-2 count.
Pitch him in.
Pretty good hack at that one. He drifted out over the plate, missed his spot. Still pretty firm at 96.
Maldonado on deck. Another 1-2. Espinosa strikes out swinging. One down.
Stayed on top, a hard slider in the dirt, 87-mile-an-hour slider. Wilson.
Martin Maldonado 2 for 3. 2 singles and a run scored. Martin 0 for 1 in his career against Justin Wilson.
Your goal right now is to try and find a way to make sure that Mike Trout gets an at-bat in this inning.
One ball and strike.
Martin Maldonado 1 for 2 in his career versus Justin Wilson. Cutter in.
Castellanos guarding the line at third base. I don't see that used too often anymore.
Well, he takes one more step, he might be in foul territory.
Yeah. One, two. Called strike 3, 2 down. Halos down to the last out here. Pennington coming up.
Fastball in. Just touching that inside corner. All those pitches inside against Maldonado.
Well, we up to Cliff to keep it alive somehow to get Trout an opportunity to bat.
Well, he certainly could push a bunt to the first baseline. Miguel Cabrera taking a few steps in, but that's available if he wanted to try that.
And you got a left-handed pitcher on the mound.
Yes.
Falls off to the third base side.
Exactly.
Right?
A lot of room on that right side of the infield.
Cliff 0 for 2 in his career against Wilson.
And your job right now, if you're Cliff, is just trying to get on base for Trout. So it's an opportunity for him to push the ball that way.
Chased a pitch, maybe outside the strike zone.
Especially when you're dealing with a fastball like that from Justin Wilson. So again, you have a lot of room on that right side of the infield.
So Canna set up away. Right over the heart. 1-2. Tiger fans down the first base line, standing now. 1-2 to Pennington. And he'll go down swinging. Wilson strikes out the side, and the Angels drop game 3 by the final of 4-3.
Boy, 3 strikeouts for the new closer for the Tigers, picking up his second save. And now it's time for a Land Rover above and beyond player of the game. No doubting that one from J.D. Martinez. 3 for 4, 2 home runs, 3 RBI. We go ahead and eventually the winning home run for J.D. Martinez. Justin Upton also a home run in the game for the Tigers. 3 home runs in the game as they power their way to a 4-3 victory here today.
Alex Wilson with the win, Bud Norris takes the loss, and Justin Wilson not just the save, and the Tigers take game 3 by the final of 4-3. Stick around, Angels Live postgame is coming up next.